I'm doing. Where are you all tuning in from? We got that meeting recorded. Thank you so much. Where are you all tuning in from? I'm from the UK, as you can hear. My name is Emma Tia. Mama Tia, people call me because I like to mother people, look after everyone. Hope that you're all okay. I know that we've got people from all over the globe here on this call. For me, this evening. For some of you, this morning. And for some of you, this afternoon. I know it's crazy how we can all just be in different time zones and on one call. And the reason that we're all on this call is because the title of the call is Building Positive Habits. And I think all of us are in the same boat. We've all got separate lives that we live. We've all got commitments. We've got work commitments. Maybe you've got family commitments. Maybe you've got extra work commitments. Some of you maybe had to take on an additional job as well. And you are trying to be the best version of yourself. And you're trying to learn to trade, do your e-com, set up your social media. And in order for you to do all of those things, is you're going to have some positive habits, because you don't want negative habits. If you've got negative habits, like you're going out, you're getting drunk every night, and then you're trying to show up for work, and then you're trying to do your trade, and you've got a fuzzy head, like it isn't really going to work out really well for you, is it? It's going to be, you're going to find it really hard. So I think this training tonight is more, it's more important than people give it credit for. And the fact that you're here and you want to learn all about building positive habits speaks volumes about you. So put some 888s for all of you guys that are on the call that really is going on this journey about getting your positive habits and building them better for your life, for your future life, for your family's life. And just credit to all of you guys just jumping on and just trying to, better yourselves in all areas of your life. So tonight we have someone amazing on the call who's an inspiration in all of his habits that he does. Hang on. No, I can't mute. Sorry, there's someone's talking there. Yeah, so he's an inspiration to me in all of that. Who knows Matthew Cruz, right? He's showing up everywhere. Like, he's so consistent, he's so polished. He seems to have all the time in the world, when I know that's not true, but he makes every single one of us feel special. If you reach out, he's got time for you. He's constantly posting great content on his social media, but not just great content, valuable content. He's constantly in the charts and finding great setups. And he just literally is, yeah, he's knowledge upon knowledge. And to learn from him how he's built his positive habits is going to be incredible for all of us. So, guys, I'm ready to sit back. Make sure you got your pen, make sure you've got your notebook. I'm ready to take pages of notes off this gentleman, just for how he shows up and how much he does for all of us as well. So, guys, give it up. Put some sixes in the chat box for Chairman 10, Matthew Cruz.
Yo, what's going on? Can you hear me?
We can.
What's up, guys? How's everybody doing? Shout out to Emma. You know, it's crazy. We said, hey, we're going to actually start doing weekly calls at this time, weekly trainings, because we have a team that's growing like crazy. Shout out to Emma, shout out to Craig. Their squad's growing like crazy, out there in the UK. And so we're like, hey, let's implement some of these trainings every single week. And I'm excited to be here and host a lot of these trainings. We had Mike do one this previous week, absolutely crushed it. I'm trying to get Leanne to come up and do a social media training for this next one. I'm super, super hyped to go over habits with you guys, because reality is everybody has big goals, whether they want to admit it or not. If you talk to your friends, your family, and you're like, hey, would you rather have less money or more money? Would you rather be out of shape or would you rather be in shape? And everybody has these goals. Whether they have a burning desire or are willing to put in the work for that, that's a whole nother story. But everybody has big goals. So the goals is not the difference maker, guys. The difference maker is your daily methods of operation. The difference maker is your actual habits. I don't know if you guys have ever read the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. That book changed my life. That one and The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. Those are probably the two that really, really helped me on this specific subject. But in that book, you know what he said? He said this. He said, you don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems, AKA your habits. And so whatever it is that you're doing on a daily basis, that's going to be a compound effect to either big, big results or lack thereof. And so that's what the call is about tonight. We're going to talk about different strategies on how to go out there and create positive habits. And yes, we're going to be talking about trading and business and social media and this, but to be real, this is just life in general. You can apply this to every single area, whatever area that you choose. So let me share my whiteboard. Let me share my screen and give you guys a few different ideas. Okay. So number one is, now this doesn't apply to everybody, but for a lot of people that struggle with building habits, it does apply. So this may or may not apply to you. But number one is, if you haven't been consistent in the first place, forgive yourself for being inconsistent. Now, I find that the people that struggle to be consistent, they're like, man, I tried this before and I struggled and I wasn't able to do it. And then they beat themselves up and then they feel worse about themselves. And it's this vicious cycle. And then they never are able to build those habits. A huge part of your success level is going to be a direct correlation to your level of being able to forgive yourself. We're human beings. We're going to make mistakes. We're not perfect. No one expects you to be. And when you fall off the horse, you want to just get back on and get back on the habits as quickly as you can and just get right back into it. So if you haven't been consistent yet, forgive yourself for being inconsistent and then just start again. And then it's like a muscle. And then maybe you're not that consistent, and then you become a little bit consistent. And then you become more consistent. And then you start stacking these small wins until these things become a habit, until the point where it's like, okay, it's actually harder to not do this habit than it is to do the habit. So that's number one. Forgive yourself if you're the type of person that I'm a perfectionist, right? So I'd beat myself up if things weren't perfect, if I wasn't perfectly consistent. But that was something that I had to do for myself. So that's number one. Number two is, I would say, pick 1 to 2 habits at a time. So here's what tends to happen. You'll get these bursts of motivation. You'll hop on a call like this. You'll be fired up, ready to run through a brick wall, or you'll go to an event, something, and then you'll be like, I'm going to change everything. I'm going to get healthy, happy, wealthy, change my life, everything. And it just, that feeling fades. So if you're going to change your habits, which is very, very, very difficult to do, you got to pick 1 or max 2, maybe at a time. Because that is, on the days where you really, really don't feel like doing it, on the days where you're struggling with any type of motivation at all, you only have so much mental energy. You only have so much mental capital, and it has to be dedicated to what 1 or 2 areas in your life are you trying to change right now. And then once those become habits, then you can work on another one. But in the beginning, pick 1 or pick 2. Maybe it's go live. The most important thing when it comes to trading within this company is you should be hopping on go live every single day. If you're doing that consistently, you're going to learn, you're going to grow, you're going to get to the results 100%. Maybe it's when it comes to the business, it's talking to new people, reaching out to new people, building relationships. Pick 1 or 2 things and then just go all in with those 2 habits before you move on to anything else. Let's talk about number 3 is schedule the habit. You want to have a specific time. Anything you've taken super, super serious in your life, whether it be new job, going to school, anything you've taken super serious, you had a strict schedule for that thing. Why is it you don't have a trading schedule? Why is it that you don't have a go live schedule? Why is it that you don't have a schedule for the business? If you treat it like a hobby, they'll pay you like a hobby. Treat it like a 6 or 7 figure skill set and or business, then it'll pay you in that way. You want to have a specific time, same time every single day. There's something called what's the book that I read? There's a book that I read, one of the first books. It's called The One Thing by Gary Keller, and he talks about time blocking. I love it. It's like you have a very specific time, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 90 minutes, where you're solely focused on that one task at hand. And that allows you to get much bigger results than everybody else. Everyone else they don't have a time. Everyone else is super distracted. They're trying to trade while they're on Instagram, while they're watching Netflix, and they're just not taking it super serious. You want to have a specific time for the habits that you're trying to create. Now, number 4 is you want to create a winning environment. So we just talked about a specific time. You want to have a specific place as well. I remember reading this study where people who tried to work in their bed, they ended up not being able to go to sleep because they associated their bed with work. And you want to associate, that's the way that the brain works. You want to associate productivity to a certain place. So I'm like traveling right now. So obviously this doesn't really work in this moment in time. And shout out to Miguel, brand new Platinum 5000 out here in the US, the newest one to do it. I'm actually in his little office space right now. You guys should see this place. You know what? Let me unblur my screen. Let's see. All right, cool. This guy has all of his leaders over here. This guy has all of his affirmations, his whiteboard, his entire schedule, lifestyle stuff, vision board type stuff, motivational type stuff. He has a winning environment, and every single top trader, every single top earner, they have a specific place where they're like, okay, when I'm in that work, nothing's going to happen other than business. Nothing's going to happen other than productivity. They have a specific time, yes, but they also have a specific place where they're going to do the thing, whatever the thing is. So create a productive workplace. And here's another thing. It has to be somewhere with zero distractions. So maybe it's not at home. Maybe you can't do it at home. Maybe you go to Starbucks every single day. Doesn't matter where it is. You have to have some type of winning environment. Number 5. Commit for 30 days. They say it takes, on average, 21 days to build a habit and 90 days for it to become a lifestyle. Now, whether that's true or not is up for debate. But what I do know is, yeah, usually about a month, like after you do something like consistently every single day, let's say it's going to the gym. You've never gone to the gym before, but you do it every single day for 30 days, then it becomes a habit and you don't even have to really think about it too much anymore. It's easier to do than it's not to do. I think that's a great definition for habit. I've never heard it explained that way, and it just came to me just now. But when it's easier to do than not to do, then it's a habit, whether it be a good one or a bad one. But what happens is we can't be that consistent for a while, and we're thinking about, yo, how has, I've been in the game for what, 5 years, 6 years in this company. Like, how's he been doing it for years and years and years? I can't even do it for a week. And then we get discouraged. Don't think about that. Think about committing for 30 days. Because if you could just, maybe that first week, you'd be super motivated because you have a new goal, you have new habits. Around week 2 or 3, when you're doing something new for the first time, that's where most people fall off. They get distracted. They're super unmotivated. They're super uncomfortable, all 3. And then they just stop, and then they skip a day. And they're like, well, I skipped one day. It's not going to hurt if I skip another day. And then they forget. And then it's just this vicious cycle. But if you could just commit for 30 days and just, just commit for this short term, then it becomes a lot easier to do whatever it is that you want to do. So yes, you want to have a long-term vision. You want to have a long-term goal. But when it comes to your habits, just focus on the step in front of you. Focus on those first 30 days. Because like I said, it takes 21 days on average to create a habit and 90 days to create a lifestyle. Now, this is something that not very many people talk about, but this is something that's worked very, very well for me. So you want to have a monthly calendar to track your habit. So this is a perfect example, something like this, where you have like the 30 days. And what I would do is, let's say my habit is hopping on Go Live every single day. Same place, same time. What I would do is I would have this big calendar in front of me where I could see my progress every single day. Here, let me make sure I mute everybody. Allow participants to unmute. No. All right, cool. So yeah, let's say I have this big calendar here and it's in front of my face where I have to see it in my office every single day, wherever it is. And every single time I do the habit, I take my, yes, he happens to have a red marker. This is perfect. I take my red marker and I put a big X, and then I can visually see my progress. What happens is like I said, 2 weeks in, 3 weeks in, when you don't feel like doing it, but you see 2 weeks in a row of X, 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 and you literally see your progress visually, that's going to allow you to actually push through that resistance of not feeling like wanting to do it. And then you overcome that and you push through it, and then you keep taking action. And And that's the hardest part. Like that 1 or 2 or a few weeks in is literally the hardest part. Once you get through that, then again, you're not gonna see 2, 3 weeks of progress and be like, wow, you know what? I should give up now. No, because you're visually seeing your growth and your progress. This works super well. So get a calendar, monthly calendar, whether it be like this whiteboard one. This is super cool. I actually have like a physical paper one at my house. Either way works. And every day that you do the habit, track the progress, and you visually seeing it will push you through that resistance of not feeling like doing it, even when you know what you're supposed to be doing. Okay, I got 2 more for you guys, and then I'm going to answer any questions that you guys might have. It's going to be a pretty quick call because we got a bunch of things that we got going on. But next we got accountability. Accountability partner. It's difficult. How do I want to phrase this? Let me phrase it like this. Human beings are oftentimes more likely to be accountable to other people than they are to themselves. Why is that? I don't know, but that's just how it is. So when you have a coach or a mentor, or you have a running partner, or you have, in a perfect world, both, somebody who's, man, yeah, I'm thinking to myself, like when my habits like are at the best, I actually have a mentor, someone that's, checking in on me every week and holding me accountable, but you can't really count on that. You got to become self-motivated, right? So also having maybe a running partner, someone that has the same goals as you, same vision as you, or also maybe you have people on your team looking up to you. In a perfect world, you have all 3. And that type of accountability, you have people who are telling you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. You'll have people when you feel down, they're going to bring you up. Or when they feel down, you're going to bring them back up. You guys are able to hold each other accountable to the things that you know you need to do, to the habits that you know you're supposed to be doing. And last but not least, guys, this comes from Tony Robbins. He talks about the pain pleasure principle. He said that people do things for 1 of 2 reasons: pain or pleasure. So people do things either because people change because either maybe they have like a really big goal, something that they're really, really inspired by, or massive, massive pain. Like for me, I hated my job. I hated my situation. I hated my life so much that forced me to change. And so if you can associate massive pain towards not doing the habit that you're trying to create, and massive pleasure towards doing the habit, maybe you reward yourself or get creative. I'm not too sure what you want to do in order to do that, then you're going to change. And I would say that 90% of people change more out of desperation rather than inspiration. I think that you should have both. Have a goal, have something that's inspiring you, something that's pulling you forward, but have something that's also chasing you from behind, where it's like, dang, like I really, really don't like the situation and I have no choice but to move forward. Right now, the habits that you have, even if they're bad, even if you don't like them, even if you know for a fact you're not supposed to be doing it and you're doing it anyways, you're getting some type of pleasure out of it. You're getting something, some type of reward. Maybe it's an emotion, maybe it's a feeling. I don't know what it is, but also it's not that bad. It's not that uncomfortable. You haven't experienced enough pain associated with changing, otherwise you would have changed. But they say that the greatest enemy to a great life is not a bad life. It's actually a good life. It's when you're in that comfort zone. You haven't experienced enough pain associated to whatever it is that you're doing. But yeah, guys, associate massive pain towards not doing your habit and massive pleasure towards doing it. And I know for a fact that you're going to start to change. So that's it, guys. I'm going to give you guys those 8 things. I guess since we have a little bit of extra time, I thought I'd be going a little bit longer. I'm going to give you guys my habits, the things that I'm doing daily, and then we'll open it up to any questions. Let me know. Is that cool with you guys? Drop a 777 in the chat if that's cool with you guys, and then we can get that going. In no particular order, and off the top of my head, there are some things that I do every single day. In order for you to have the best 2024 of your life, you have to have good months. In order to have good months, you have to have good weeks. In order to have good weeks, you have to have good days. If you master your day, you can master your life. So in no particular order, It kind of just depends. Like I'm on tour right now. I'm in California right now. It's a little bit different, but I still do the same things. Maybe it's at a different time. Yeah. So number one is being a product of the product. Number one. Do you know how easy it is to share this information with other people when you're genuinely using the services and you're learning and you're growing and you're getting results and you're just telling people what you do? You're not even selling people. You're just like, yeah, this is what I'm doing. Right? This morning, I took a trade from Blaze. It was a USD CAD trade. They called it out. I marked it up, looked good, took the trade. And yeah, it was a very, very good trade. We'll just put it that way. And then guess what? I was being a product of the product, got great results, amazing. Now maybe we have this big event tonight. Maybe I share that story. And yeah, I'm just genuinely being a product of the product, whether it be one of the apps like Blazor Swipe Coin, one of the strategies, one of the scanners. For example, these guys out here in Cali, they use Levels a lot. Levels is amazing. Whether it be Oris, I've been talking about Oris a lot. Whether it be, most importantly, like I said, Go Live, the live education on a daily basis. Step number one is being a product of the product. Number two, what else am I doing? Every single day, I'm doing some type of personal development, personal growth. I'm reading to something, I'm listening to something. I understand that my income is a direct reflection of my personal development level. And if I'm not where I want to be, it's because I just don't have the right information. Or if I do, I haven't applied it, right? So I'm always learning and growing on a specific area. What is it that you need? Maybe you need to focus on the mindset, the skill set. You know yourself better than most people do. So you got to ask yourself or ask your mentor, because it's hard to see the picture when you're in the frame sometimes. Yo, what is it that I need to work on? Oh, you need to work on habits? Awesome. Check out this book, Atomic Habits. It's going to change your life. Personal development. 15 minutes a day, 30 minutes a day. It doesn't even need to take time. You could do it while you're going to school or on your way to work or while you're walking on the treadmill at the gym. It doesn't even need to take time. Personal development every single day. Number two. Every single day, I'm posting what I'm doing. Let me show you guys two messages that I got today. Two messages that I got today. One is, hey, good morning, bro. I was interested in this. You responded to one of my stories. I need and want mentorship to grow and get on the right track. I need to get involved with a positive and nourishing environment. I don't know why the word nourishing is kind of funny. That will help me grow as a person. And then another guy said, hey, what's the price for I am? I don't think it would be bad to have some mentorship, but I don't want to try and get everyone to join. So basically saying he doesn't want to do the business, which is cool. He said, I've talked to people about it, about investing in it, and a lot of people aren't interested, which is mind-boggling to me. Those are two messages that I got from today. Why am I getting those messages? Because I'm posting every single day. Posting on my story for sure every single day. At when I'm the most productive and at an all-time high, I'm posting on my actual page every single day, posting a reel, posting something. Start with whatever you could be consistent with. If you're not posting at all, post a couple times per week. Take an hour or two on a Saturday, plan some time, plan some content, and then you're good for the week. You're good to go. It's not that hard at all. If you're already doing a couple times a week, let's push you a little bit more. Let's get you to post once a day. And then obviously you could just work your way up. But you could post a couple times a week and start getting some results if you're not already doing that. And then from there, just level up from there. Next is prospecting. By the way, these are all P's, which is kind of cool. But I don't even like the word prospecting because a lot of people have a negative association towards it. I just see it as building relationships. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So everywhere I go, I'm just adding value to people. I'm smiling at people. I'm, the number one thing you could do for people is transfer positive energy to people. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm just building people up, conversating with people, whether it be in person or whether it be online. Well, how many people should I talk to every single day? Answer as many as you can be consistent with. And you can start to get some results with that and then build it up from there. If you took 10 minutes a day and talked to 10 people on Instagram times 30 days, that's 300 people. You don't think you can get some results from talking to 300 people off of 10 minutes a day? Maybe you do a little bit less. Maybe you do a little bit more. Whatever it is that you could be consistent with. None of that matters if you're not actually showing the plan, right? People need to see the information. So presenting would be the next one. Every day I'm sharing the vision. I'm showing the plan. I'm talking about what it is that we're doing within the academy, guys. Whether it be an opportunity call, whether it be we have a 50-person event tonight, whether it be a one-on-one, a three-way call, I don't care. I'm showing the plan in some way, shape, or form on a daily basis. What else? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I had two more that I was gonna say. Oh yeah, promoting. I guarantee you there's someone on your team right now, if you have a team that could have used this call and would have added some type of value to them for sure. I'm promoting the system. I'm promoting the calls. I'm promoting the events. I'm making sure that my team is plugged in so that they get trained. And if they're trained up and they actually apply the information, they're going to get the results. Promoting is a huge part about what it is that we do. And the last but not least is tracking your progress. Whatever you track grows, and you cannot grow what you do not track. There's a reason why professional athletes track every single thing that they're eating, every workout that they're doing. There's a reason why every successful company tracks every dollar of revenue that's generated in their business. And then they can look at the past and say, hey, based off of where I was and where we are now, this is what we're projected to do in the future. There's a reason why the most successful people that are in this academy when it comes to trading talk about tracking their trades. Another thing is tracking gives you a level of awareness that you never would have had if you were not tracking. What I mean is, let's say you track your trades for 30 days. And then you look back and you realize, wow, every single time I take a trade at this time, I lose. And then you cut that out of your trading plan and then you double your results. But you never would have known if you were not tracking, guys. So that's it. For me personally, that's all I'm doing every single day. There's nothing else to do but these things, in my opinion. So that's it, guys. We got 6 minutes left until the Zoom time's out. And I'll just open it up to a couple questions. So let me know if you have any questions at all. You can unmute yourself, drop it in the chat, whatever you want to do. Actually, I think I turned muting off. Here, let me see if I can turn this back on. Okay, cool. Yeah, unmute yourself, drop in the chat. Or if no questions, that's cool too. I take that as, hey, must have done a pretty good job. So. Cool. With that being said, guys, we'll close this out. I will say that, yeah, guys, I'm super excited because, Emma and I were talking about, and she said, hey, let's do a training every single Thursday. So we're going to Thursday, 7 p.m. GMT. For those of you guys who are in the US, that's what? That's 11 a.m. Pacific time. That's 2 p.m. Eastern time. I'm going to be doing a training every single Thursday. If it's not me, I'm going to get a special guest speaker. And we're going to do this same time every single week, and also a big opportunity call same time, but on Tuesdays for people that are in, the GMT time zone. So appreciate you guys. Have an amazing rest of your guys' night. I'm going to have an amazing event today, and whatever you guys need, I'm here to help out. Let me know. Have a great day, guys. Talk to y'all soon. See you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.